Hey, this review is on the 2021 movie The Mitchells versus the Machines. So the plot of this movie is there's this family called the Mitchells, and the daughter Katie Mitchell is an aspiring filmmaker, and she likes making little short films and lots of homemade movies and such, and she wants to go to a film school. And his, and her dad, Rick Mitchell, played by Danny McBride, is feeling kind of down because he feels like he never spends enough time with her. So he decides to cancel her plane ticket to college and decide to drive cross country as a family. So they then go to this convention that's promoting this new technology from a company called PAL, and there are these AI robot machines, and they're causing a whole bunch of havoc. So the Mitchells all form together to try and stop them from taking over the world. Honestly, this movie was a lot more fun than I thought it was gonna be. I remember the trailer came out like 2 years ago, I think, or maybe a year. I don't know. And when I saw it, I didn't think it looked bad. I just thought it looked like a just some generic. Like at first, I was like, oh, when I saw the first half of the trailer, I thought, it looks like just a generic family road movie. But then when the robots came out, I was like, hmm, maybe this could be good. And now that I've seen the movie, I actually really enjoyed it. Is it amazing? No, I wouldn't say so, but it gave me what I wanted. I just wanted a fun time, and that's what I got. The animation, it's quite good. It kind of has that vibe where it's like it kind of looks 2D, but it's still 3D. Like the characters don't really move three-dimensionally. It kind of, I don't know how to describe it. Just kind of has it's like, yeah, I don't really know how to describe it just that way. And it kind of works that way. It does feel like a cartoon. Like it's very fast paced and it's really colorful and wacky, and like there's a lot of like random surreal humor in it. And that's what I enjoyed about it. At first I was kind of concerned that the movie was just gonna have boomer humor, like I don't know how technology works, but thankfully they don't, because you know how I feel about boomer humor. Most of it's just kind of like random surreal crazy visuals, and I liked that. It was, and Phil Lord and Chris Miller produced this, which makes sense. This actually does feel like a Phil Lord Chris Miller movie, even though they didn't write or direct it. But it has that vibe of their sense of humor. Like if you've seen the Lego Movie or Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, you would know how their kind of sense of humor with animation works. And the voice acting, it's great. The cast members they chose: Danny McBride as the dad, Maya Rudolph as the mom. Eric Andre plays the guy who controls the company, and like their voices really work with the characters, except the little brother. Don't get me wrong, the whoever played the little brother, he's a little brother who's obsessed with dinosaurs. I don't blame him, because who doesn't like dinosaurs? They're cool. But he does not sound like a kid. Like he kind of sounds like this. He sounds like a 32-year-old man. Like it's just so distracting. I know it's a cartoon, but still, they couldn't try to make him sound like a kid. Heck, they couldn't even just get a real kid. That probably would have saved a lot of money. But he wasn't bad. He was probably one of my favorite characters in the movie. I love how much he loved dinosaurs. And there's a pug in the movie, and he's kind of like the he's like the comic relief kind of that doesn't speak, but like it just cuts to him looking all crazy a few times. Like he's kind of a running gag, and yeah, it's fun. It's kind of just one of those movies. It feels like a big cartoon, and it's. I'm glad they didn't just make this a typical family road movie, like oh, a dysfunctional family on a big road trip. The saving the world thing actually was a nice touch. I like that they experimented with something different and took advantage of it being animated, because this probably would have had a too too really huge budget if this wasn't animated. But they worked well with what they were given. It's like if you took The Incredibles, National Lampoon's Vacation, and a Goofy movie and put them in a blender, and you got yourself a wild ride. I was pleasantly surprised by this. I don't think it's a masterpiece. It's not. I don't think it's like lots of people say, "Oh, this movie is so fantastic! It's an instant classic." I wouldn't go that far, but it's an entertaining movie. I had a lot of fun with it. So, if you have Netflix, I think this movie's worth a watch, and I think it's a movie kids will love, and I think adults will definitely get a kick out of it. I thought it was a very entertaining ride, so that's my review of The Mitchells versus the Machines. See you next time.